What's up, everybody? Once again, my name is Matt, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. In the last episode, we got ourselves the Quake Medallion, and then we reduced the water flow in the swamp in the Light World, which in turn reduced the water flow here in the swamp in the Dark World. So now, we're free to enter the second Dark World Temple, which is the Swamp Palace. And yeah, since this area was flooded in the Light World, it's flooded here in the Dark World, which is good, because it allows us to reach this area, which does lead into the rest of the temple. So if you didn't undo the dam in the Light World, you would not be able to make any progress whatsoever in this temple. Alright, so yeah, kill all those enemies, grab that first key, and then it'll take you to basement 1, and this sort of leads into the rest of the temple, as I said before. So a pretty common element in this temple is finding a key and then immediately using it on the first locked door that you see. So you should really never have too many keys in this temple at any given time, and you really shouldn't hold on to your keys for any lengthy period of time. For instance, here's another key, and back in the room that we just came from is another locked door. So we're going to use this immediately to go into the next room. So this is essentially a Link to the Past version of the Water Temple. It's actually not hard at all, though. It's pretty straightforward, so for the most part, I'm just going to run through here as quickly as I can. There is one mildly annoying thing about this temple, and it's that the enemies are placed sort of sporadically, and there's a lot of them too, especially in the main area of this temple. Enemies will just keep spawning in there no matter what, and it gets pretty dang hectic. So you probably will take a lot of damage just navigating the temple because the enemies are all over the place, but I'll try to minimize that as much as I possibly can. Alright, so here's the main room of the temple. As you can see, there are enemies all over the place. They're coming down from the ceiling, the sky, the sides. They're just there. So for the most part, yeah, we're going to try and just walk past them and avoid them. There's also the big chest in here, but we can't open that right now. We need to go and find the big key. So let's work on doing that, shall we? Also, that weird fire snake that's going around this room, try and avoid getting hit by that. It does a lot of damage, and it can just go in any direction. So yeah, just do your best to stay away from it. And you might notice that some of these rooms look very similar to other rooms that we've seen inside this temple, and I think they did that to try and confuse the players. But the problem is they also gave you a lot of differences between the rooms, so you'll always know you're in a different room just by looking at your surroundings. Plus, on top of that, all those rooms are kind of connected to one another, so in a way, you always know you're making progress because you're going from one room to the next, and even though it looks the same, obviously it's different because you just came from a different room. So it makes it super obvious that you are still making progress despite the rooms looking a little bit similar. Anyways, let's head over here and push this switch. That way we can get more water flowing. The nice thing about this temple is that you're not constantly raising and lowering the water. You're really only hitting the switches as you see them. We're never gonna have to go back to a room and hit a switch again to lower the water back down. So it's either we're going to be raising the water once or lowering the water once, and that's really about it. So as far as confusing water temples go, this is not one of them. This one is pretty straightforward, which is a good thing because, normally in all the future Zelda games, the water temples have been some of the most annoying, the water temple from Ocarina of Time, or Lake Bed from Twilight Princess, or Swamp Palace in A Link Between Worlds is even more complicated than this. So yeah, this is not bad whatsoever. Anyways, though, in this room I believe there is one minor change in that there's no small key, so instead we can just push this block to the side, push this one up, and now we're good to go. There were blocks like that in the previous room, but you can't actually push those ones. I know I didn't show it off, but trust me, those ones you just can't push. You need to swim over them with the water flow. Anyways, let's head up through here, and oh my gosh, there is so much crap. Aw, man, I almost got through that entire room by dodging every single obstacle, but of course that one fireball hits me at the last possible second. Oh, well, it would have been really cool if I got through there without taking any damage whatsoever, but I guess I'm okay with only taking one hit. Anyways, right inside that chest is the big key, so now we can just backtrack all the way to the center room and get ourselves the item of this temple. And oh yeah, I didn't really mention it, but make sure you did hit that block switch twice. That way you put it back to its original position, so those red blocks are not up blocking your pathway to get the big key. Because if it is, well, then you have to go all the way back and undo that switch again. So that would be kind of awful. Alright, so I think this should take us back into the main room, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there we go. And now we can easily just go right up to the big chest and get the item from this temple, which is really cool because, guess what? Boing, this is the hookshot. It extends and contracts, and boing, it can grapple many things. Alright, so yeah, hookshot works like it does in pretty much any other Zelda game. So we're going to grapple onto that skull, and over here, believe it or not, we're going to find ourselves another small key, which we need to get out of this room and make our way towards the boss of the temple, because we're pretty much done, believe it or not. Like, really, we just got to go to the boss, and we're done with this temple. So let's grapple towards the north, and see if there's any hearts in here. Nope. Alright, whatever. Let's keep going then. We're doing alright in hearts anyway, so we should be fine. Now, one other use of your hookshot is we can split apart these weird jellyfish enemies, or if they're weaker, we can just kill them entirely. But be careful when you do split them apart, because their smaller, like, baby forms can still, you know, electrocute you if you hit them with your sword when they are charged up. So be very, very patient. Anyways, we'll stick this statue on that switch. That way we can open up not only that door, but the door on the right. Now, the left and right doors pretty much go to the exact same location. Like, you'll notice that if we went through the left door, we would have gone in the room that's, like, on the left of where we currently are. And they both lead down to the same room, but you want to go through the right door, because if we head down here, you'll notice that will appear on the right side of this switch, and we can only pull this, or push it rather, from the right side. So if you came down the left side, you wouldn't really be able to do like anything at all in this room, and you have to go back up around, you know, put the statue back on the switch, I think, and then go down the right side just to drain the water from that room. So yeah, just save yourself the hassle and go down the right side. Anyways, in here, dash all the way down to the right side of the room and head up north through the second to last waterfall. I know it doesn't seem like you can go through there, but you can, and that's the way you need to go in order to make your way towards the boss. This temple has a lot of, like, unnecessary rooms to it, so I've been avoiding, like, most of them, but, yeah, there's a lot of rooms that you can go into and maybe get some extra rupees or some extra hearts, or just waste your time entirely, so yeah, I've been trying to avoid those. Anyways, let's try and swim over here to the right, because, yep, there's the last small key that we need. Problem is, I don't think I can kill these guys in the water, so I need to sort of sneak past them. I'm pretty sure if I stand over here, they'll sort of, yeah, come towards me, and then maybe, once they both get over here far enough, I can just sneak past them and go all the way to the left side of this room. So that actually worked out a lot better than expected. And now, guess what? We're right in front of the boss doors, so let's do it. Now, like I said, this boss is pretty easy. All you have to do is use your hookshot to, grab the weird, like, cloud marshmallow things off the boss's body and attack them with your sword 2 or 3 times to get rid of them completely. So yeah, you really just want to rinse and repeat this until all of the weird cloud things are gone. Then you can actually start dealing damage to the boss itself. Now, really, my only piece of advice is to not let the boss touch you, because the boss itself does a lot of damage. His weird, like, cloud things can also deal damage to you, which is weird because you have to physically pull them towards you in order to, you know, progress the fight. But if they, like, linger around your body instead of floating away, they can start dealing damage to you. So it's kind of a weird design. I don't really get it because it doesn't happen all the time. It just happens some of the time. But you do want to watch out for that. Alright, so there's only one cloud puff left, so let's see if I can get in a good position here and grab this thing. Don't you spin it around. Come on, man. Just give it to me, will ya? There we go. Alright, so once all the cloud puffs are gone, just charge up a spin attack and wait for him to slam down from the sky and just hit him with that spin attack, because if he starts, like, you know, going around the room like this, it can be kind of hard to hit him, and he moves very quickly. So just try and dodge him and hit him with a couple of spin attacks, and there we go. That is it for the boss of the Swamp Palace. Like I said, very, very easy. So we'll grab our heart container and rescue the second Maiden. Good job, guys. We did it. Link, because of you, I can escape from the clutches of the evil monsters. Thank you. The Triforce will grant the wishes of whoever touches it, as long as that person lives. That is why it was hidden in the Golden Land. Only a select few knew of its location. But at some point that knowledge was lost. The person who rediscovered the Golden Land was Ganondorf, the evil thief. Luckily, he couldn't figure out how to return to the light world. Well, remember that you have magical powers, which only the hero can make the most of. There are some other magical warping points like the one you saw on Death Mountain. By using them, you can go between the two worlds and find the evil hidden in the dark world. You are the only one who can destroy Ganondorf, the thief. No, Ganon, the evil king of darkness. Do you understand? I think I got it. May the way of the hero lead to the Triforce. Alright, so 2 temples down, several more to go, and I think that's probably a good place as any to end off this video. So if you guys enjoyed this part, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.